Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the State of the Channel address for 2019. So when I posted this live event, I can see the comment section, and a lot of people were thinking it's all doom and gloom, it's all bad. Oh no, the channel's going away. Oh no, all these terrible things are happening. Well, I'm here to lay out what is the direction for the channel for the coming months. So right now, we're doing really well. Everything's going great. So don't anybody worry about the channel going away. Basically, what today is basically a way for me to lay out the new schedule to tell you what's going away, what's coming back, and how things are going to operate until about Star Wars Celebration, to which we can, alter the course a little when we get there. So first off, let's start with the bad news. Good Morning Pop Culture has to go away for a while. It's not dead. I'm not canceling it outright, but it is a 5-hour time hole every day in the beginning of the day, and I need to get this comic book done. So until I can get the book completed, I have to put that on hold. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not putting out content. I'm not going to be on the High Council, all that stuff. No, all it means is Good Morning Pop Culture has to go away. And its place will be, 3 weekly videos, about 20 minutes or so. The ones you guys really, really want, the reason why you subscribe to the channel. I got tomorrow's almost done, and I'll be working on Wednesdays, and I've been working on pages left and right. So that is really the big piece of news. Here's something good, though, to talk about. Starting at the end of the month, so let's see, where's my schedule? So Wednesday, January 30th, we're bringing back our Patreon Hangout nights on Wednesdays. So if you're a patron and you've been a part of those are a lot of fun. You guys get to dictate what we talk about, the subjects, all those things. The ball is in your court, and we're going to bring those back. I want to make sure that we continually make those happen to build the community here. And speaking of building, it's been kind of bizarre. For the last, 2 weeks, we've been seeing a huge upswing in subscribers. We actually gained 1,000 while I was away in Michigan. So I was like, okay, cool. We've been doing something right, even though we haven't been live. So realistically, the main thing that you should take away from this is Good Morning Pop Culture is on a break. It's not dead, just a break. So I know a lot of people are going to miss it. I know a lot of people are working and lurking, and they love that show. I love it too. Believe me, when I was away, I had all these ideas for Good Morning Pop Culture. But then I realized I really got to get this book out there. I'm behind on some of the other things, and I just can't keep those on hold any longer. So Good Morning Pop Culture has to be put to sleep for just a little bit. Now, we had a super chat roll in from our friend, the Rookie Critic. It says, since it's been a while and the topic is about your channel, would you mind giving us a little history of you and WCBS, also for your new subs? Well, Rookie Critic, of course, ask and you shall receive. So basically, my history, I'm a guy who's always been a fan of entertainment. I've always wanted to make entertainment, be involved, be a comic book artist, do all these things, and the channel has afforded me all of those opportunities. So that's kind of exciting. But the history of the channel, World Class Bullshitters, is it's really a group of my best friends, real-life best friends, and we have been just doing the podcast for going on, just past 3 years, actually. This past October was our 3-year anniversary. We started October 21st, 2015, Back to the Future Day, and now we're here. And it's weird. On my Facebook timeline, it said, 1 year ago, you hit 12,000 subscribers, and today it's like 77,800. So I'm like, wow, what a difference a year makes. Holy shit. So that's the history of the channel proper, but that's it, really. We just started out as a podcast, and we worked our way to what we do now, and it's been a lot of fun. I wouldn't give it away for anything. I wouldn't trade this in for anything. So for all the people out there that thought, he's closing the channel, why would you ever think that? I love doing this. Like I said, I have fun making the videos, doing the live hangouts, doing the live shows. Dion, Nick, and Kendo are my buddies. It's great to know Ethan and Jeremy, all these wonderful things. So Rookie Critic, any other specific questions you want to ask, just let me know. We also had one pop in from Megatron95. It says, wishing you the best of luck and hoping you will get your comic done. Oh, the comic will be done. I'm in the final. It's a 3-act story. I'm in the final act. It's not like, oh, it's never going to get done, or it's going to be like really a problem. I just know that if I get up in the morning and spend the first 5 hours of my day doing a live show, then I have a little window, then it's time for lunch, do something else, I get to the gym, and then I get back and try to work on videos at night. I fall behind. So I have to cut out that one thing. So Megatron95, thank you. I even have more pages to show you guys. I'll show them next week, since I gave you an artwork dump on Thursday. I'll do another one. It won't be as many pages, but it'll still be some to show you guys. And you'll finally get I meant to put the kidnapping of Harrison Ford part in the last art dump, but I guess Twitter only allowed so many pages. So the kidnapping part is the next part that you guys will get to see. And I'll never show a lettered page so you can read it, but you can see the art, both line art and color art, the more I get in from the colorist. So let's see. Everyone's saying Happy New Year. Welcome back. Everyone's cool. Is Good Morning Pop Culture gone until Star Wars Celebration? That's the idea, because I'm thinking about doing it live from Star Wars Celebration with everyone that's going to be there with us. So we have a listener who has offered us a meeting place. Now, we're not going to go every single day. I don't want to, make it awkward. But we're going to be at the celebration every day hanging out with people. So I thought, why not do Good Morning Pop Culture live from Chicago in front of a couple hundred people? Could be a lot of fun. You guys can get on there. We'll do it live on camera. I'll interview you guys. We can talk about Star Wars, the Fandom Menace, all this great stuff. So, yes, Logan Michael, it just count until Star Wars Celebration it being gone. But like I said, do not expect videos to go away. The podcast will still be here. I'll be on the High Council. It's going to be essentially the same. If you like this channel but you don't listen to Good Morning Pop Culture, it's the same for you guys. But if you're a fan of everything we do, including Good Morning Pop Culture, well, I apologize. Your workday will be a little more lonely without me. But there are like thousands and thousands of hours of content I've produced. So put on an old classic like our buddy Seth and go through all the old episodes and have some fun that way. Let's see. Basil, welcome back. Let's see. Everyone wants to beat Wedge. Nobody wants to beat Porkins. Yeah, nobody does want to be. Oh, wait, crap. A whole bunch of those popped up. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut off the other people. Yeah, nobody does want to be Porkins, though, even though he's a top men kind of guy, if you know what I'm saying. Will the High Council still be cool? Oh, yeah, the High Council is not going away. There's no, like I said, as long as it's Good Morning Pop Culture that you don't listen to, everything's the same. I'll still be available. I will be doing the hangouts on Wednesdays, end of each month. And on the weekends, because Kendo's got a much better schedule now, we'll be able to do some of our movie trilogy hangouts, and you guys can get involved. So we'll do like Back to the Future all in one day, Indiana Jones, this, that, and the other. Just those fun things you guys love. Let's see. Alec Munoz, thank you very much. Totally understand, Jeff. Just bring us the best. Well, thank you, Alec, for understanding. Believe me, if I had more hours in the day, I would love to do all of those things. But it's really just the amount of time that show takes to do is just too much. Let's see. I already read Megatron. Sorry, Alec Munoz, that I didn't read yours in order. It's weird. It's kind of bizarre because I've been away for so long from the channel. I'll give you guys an update about my travels to Michigan in a minute with Dion and everybody. But it's weird. I sat down today to record audio, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know how to do this. It was kind of bizarre. But like I said, I'm very happy to be back. What will you guys do for Endgame? Oh, we'll do a live show for Endgame. We'll definitely do that. I actually got a video I'm working on for the Marvel Universe, but it won't come out until Avengers comes out. And here's some good news. I talked to Mauler. He's going to come on the channel in April. So after Avengers and Captain Marvel come out, Mauler's coming back, and we're going to have some fun with him too. Let's see. What else are you guys asking? When's the next Tales from the P.O. Box? I'm going to go to the P.O. Box tomorrow. I will make that a separate video. By the way, I'd like to thank everybody again who sent in all this stuff for the Christmas P.O. Box. That was my favorite episode of Good Morning Pop Culture. To be fair, it was better than the actual shit I got for Christmas, so it was amazing, and I loved everything. Some of the stuff is being displayed. A lot of it's still in the box. Salvador, you sent 5,000 pieces in one box. Thank you very much. But I will definitely do those videos. Those will keep coming. So if you guys want to see stuff on there, don't worry. That's not going to change either. Yeah, 2019 is going to be a big year for all of us. Like I said, we got a lot of Star Wars content, a lot of geek culture content. Our buddy Scott Mendelson popped back up. So I got a video about him I just finished for the most part. There's going to be some stuff about Doctor Who and Star Wars and this whole weird movement against fans, this consumer movement, anti-consumer movement, if you will. I got, I won't tell you anymore, but I got a bunch. Put it like that. Me doing 3 long-form videos a week is going to keep you guys pretty much entertained for quite a while. Let's see. What's up, Demogeni? Thank you very much. Let's see. Don't count on streaming. Geeks Gamer said it sucked in Florida. Streamed what? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, Black Angus Reviews. I'm out of the loop. For those wondering, again, Good Morning Pop Culture is just going away for a little bit. It's not dead. I like doing the show, and go back and listen to the old episodes on the Good Morning Pop Culture channel, and then that channel will become the exclusive home for it when I do return to it. Let's see. The Rookie Critic, thank you very much. Do you have any funny or important stories you want to share? Is there anything you regret ever doing on this channel? How much YouTube do you watch? Okay, let's answer those backwards. How much YouTube do I watch? Not a lot anymore. I used to watch quite a bit. The only YouTubers that I have to watch everything they put out instantly are, like, I guess, the Angry Video Game Nerd, because he's had a really good renaissance lately. The Macaulay Culkin stuff was great. But I listen to a lot of podcasts because I don't have to watch them. So when I draw podcasts, especially, Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard or any of those Conrad Thompson wrestling podcasts are the ones I listen to. Sometimes Joe Rogan. Those are always good for a ride. I did get that book on Audible that Ethan illustrated, the 12 Steps for Living a Better Life, that Jordan Peterson book, to support Ethan, because I thought, well, he worked on it. I'm a friend of Ethan. Jordan Peterson's a friend of Ethan, I guess, so I'll just support it that way. So I listen to that. Anything I regret ever doing on this channel? No, I don't think so, because look at how much a year made a difference. So I think I've been doing the right stuff. I'm very happy with it. I wish I could have done more, maybe, but I don't regret anything I've done. So I've enjoyed that. Let's see, what else? Any important stories I want to share? I'm pretty open with you guys, especially on Good Morning Pop Culture. I tell you guys whatever you ask. There's really nothing too secretive. Besides the channel, I don't got too much going on. And then, let's see, funny stories. I don't really have, sorry if I sound confused. My mom's talking in the background really loud. I'm just like, Jesus. So, Rookie Critic, I think I answered that. Yeah, funny or important stories. Nothing. I mean, if you want me to share stories from Michigan, it's fun. Those kids, we took the kid to the arcade, Dion's nephew, and we spent about $20 to beat the Ninja Turtles arcade game, the classic one. So that was something I had never achieved in my life. So yeah, 30 years old, I finally beat the Ninja Turtles arcade machine. Let's see. Do The Force Awakens with Mauler. Remember, Mauler is in the UK, so there's a bit, 5 hours is the time difference. So I can't really get him to commit to something like that unless it would be in the middle of the day or a weekend or something. Because Mauler's cool. He always makes the time to show up. So I'll just do what he's available for. Probably just a long form discussion, but who knows? Will I ever bring the Monday morning rant videos back? Probably not, because that was when I was trying to find a way to do videos and podcasts and stuff. The long form videos are cool. When I want to get back to Good Morning Pop Culture, I'll rant in the mornings just for you guys. Let's see. Obi-Wan27883, thank you very much. I sent you a Patreon message. Also, I love Good Morning Pop Culture, but I'm almost never able to join live due to being West Coast. Looking forward to you shredding pop culture with Mauler. Let the destruction begin. Well, Obi-Wan27883, I will make sure to check the Patreon messages as soon as I get off air and do my best. If I had it logged into my phone for some reason, I forgot to not log into the phone. I don't know the password off the top of my head. I will answer that. I'll answer everybody's. And if anybody's made any requests, we're starting Wednesday night with Lethal Weapon 3. That is the first commentary we're doing for the patrons. And then we're going to move on to Mother, then Fantastic Four from 2005. That was a request. And then we'll move into, there was one more somebody requested. And then you guys just keep them coming, and we'll keep on doing them. But again, Obi-Wan27883, thank you very much. Sketch Therapy says, looking forward to the Vader fan film show and comic book show. Doug Tenaple has confirmed. We just need a date. Can't wait. Well, Sketch Therapy, let's see. We'll make those shows on Saturdays. Let's see. I'll talk to you privately so I can look at this schedule and just try to figure out exactly what's going on. I'll look at Kendo's schedule, I'll look at ours, and we'll figure out a time so we don't cross over. We will cross the streams like you want, but we won't overlap and cause any kind of problems, because I don't want that to happen. But yeah, we'll do the Vader fan film and the other Star Wars films first, and because I don't know what Doug's schedule's like, but you let me know. Geeks and Gamers said internet was non-existent on his phone at Star Wars Celebration. Oh, well, don't worry. I've actually looked into buying equipment for Star Wars Celebration. So we'll be doing live streams, not just strictly on phones. We're going to buy mobile hotspots and a whole bunch of other things. Obi-Wan 27883 also says, by the way, my Lucasfilm Insider loves your content. Ooh, well, tell them thank you very much for watching our stuff. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. You should try Nerdrotic Channel. Yeah, I know Nerdrotic Channel. He and I are going to work together this year. I just got to get in contact with him. I also want to get, what's his name? David Stewart on. I talked to him 3 years ago after The Force Awakens came out, and still I forgot about it, but I'm going to get with him because that dude's awesome and really smart. Are the Stealing Solo certificates going to be shipped out soon? Yes. So hear me out. I bought them early. You guys, if you follow me on Instagram or on our social media, on Twitter for the channel, I posted them. When you have to box 1,500 things, you never realize how long it will take you. So I've had to enlist help, and those will be shipped out this week. Most of them are in envelopes, finally, but they're all done. I paid for them, bought them, all that stuff. So that's going to be taken care of. And, I've paid everybody that's involved with the comic book on top of that, too. So the project is moving along, not really that slowly. It's just with the shows and all this stuff, trying to tell everybody all the pieces of information constantly. It just became kind of a hassle to keep up with the show and that and that. Yeah, Black Angus reviews, I feel like saying that too. Rookie Critic, thank you very much. I have been doing lots of collaborations and skits and whatnot lately. Even helped out Jeremy on the 24-hour stream. I'd love to have you on a skit sometime, but I want to ask, wait until you finish the comic first. Thank you for waiting. Yeah, I gladly will help you guys out with anything you want. I wanted to get involved with the Jeremy stream. I kept contacting him, but I couldn't get on my phone because I was at a New Year's party, and I thought, I'll join. Dion and I are here. We're at a party. We're dressed nicely. Let's show up and say, hey. But every time I clicked on the link, it would take me to the Google Play Store to install Hangouts, which I already had. Then when I would open Hangouts, it would show me conversations from months ago. So that is why I didn't appear on the Jeremy stream. I wanted to, but man, I really, really feel bad that I missed out because Jeremy was doing it for charity and I wanted to help out. But you know what? When I hit 100,000 subscribers soon, I'll do the same thing. We'll do a 24-hour stream, that kind of stuff, and I'll get more people on. Let's see. Adam Warford, welcome back. Hey, Jeff, do EFAP with Mahler. EFAP with Mahler. What's EFAP? I'll have to check out what that acronym stands for, but I'm ready to talk to Mahler. Like I said, he is awesome, and his voice is cool, so he can tell you anything, and it sounds interesting. Let's see. Mellow E, thank you very much. Jeff, do you watch Screw Attack? They did Thanos versus Darkseid recently. Your thoughts? What are some YouTube channels you subscribe to? Well, I do watch Screw Attack. I try to watch the full long-form death battles when I get a chance. I'm about a year behind, but I will check out that. My favorite one is Spider-Man versus Batman, and if you haven't watched it, I won't spoil the ending for you, but very rarely will I cheer when I watch something, and that was one of the things that made me go, yes! Because I felt like it made everything I've ever talked about in terms of those two characters, it was validated. And I was like, yes, cool. So I was very happy. YouTube channels I subscribe to. Well, I'll just tell it the easy way by pulling up my phone and telling you what I'm subscribed to. So I subscribe to, obviously, Geeks and Gamers and Ethan's channel. I subscribe to Midnight's Edge. I subscribe to Brian Lape, John Talks, The Real Comic Book Gamer, Yesterworld Entertainment, Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard, YourMovieSucks.org. Even though he tried to call us out once, I still subscribe to that channel because I think his content's funny. Clownfish TV, The Quartering, We Watched a Movie, Comic Artist Pro Secrets, Thunderfoot, What Culture Wrestling, all kinds of channels. Stephanie Janicek, WrestleLamia. I love, there's a lot of content on YouTube that gets awesome, or that gets made. And if you want a recommendation, check out the Oliver Harper channel. That's one of my favorites. That's another guy out of the UK I'd love to work with. Him and his two buddies are really cool. So if you ever find them on Twitter, tell them you'd like to see them work with us, and we'll make it happen. Alec Munoz, Jeff, off topic. Favorite Batman animated movie? Well, Alec Munoz, if it's about Batman, it's never off topic. Mask of the Phantasm is definitely my favorite. I own it on Blu-ray, 2 copies. I do like, if you count it as a movie, World's Finest, even though it's just 3 episodes of the Superman cartoon. And then I really enjoyed Well, Justice League Doom doesn't count. So Dark Knight Returns, the classic the best Batman story. That or Year One. I love them both. My favorite Christmas present, Pete, was if I have to pick one single gift. See, like the Power Rangers were from multiple people. I'll just go with my Batman Hot Toys doll. That's my favorite. That's so cool. Let's see. Jeff, have you got a video about the mainstream media covering the problem with comic book shops? I need to check that out. I'm friends with the guys from the store Comics Elite. They're really awesome dudes, and you should check them out. But they posted a link to an article about comic book shops. I'll cover that more. Like I said, I got a couple videos in the hopper that I'm working on, and once I get through those, we'll start talking about comic book stores and stuff. I got a lot of interesting topics to cover this year. The holidays were great, Jedi Rider gaming. Christmas was fun. Stayed at my cousin's till 2 in the morning. Christmas Day was great, but I had to leave early because my grandma wanted to go to bed, which was fine. New Year's Eve was great. Met a lot of Dion's family. New Year's Day, I just sat around and watched YouTube, surprisingly enough. Dion enjoys his epic fail videos. Let's see. Demajin, thank you very much. Where are this? Okay, there it goes. I put in my few days for Star Wars Celebration. Let us know where the hangout is. I'm not going to want to sell proper, but I will be there. Well, Demajin, I will let you know. The listener who has an establishment, I will get in contact with him this week. We'll start getting back in contact with everybody. I consider tomorrow our first day back on the job. I got back in town Thursday. I did the podcast Thursday night. Been doing behind-the-scenes stuff like comic book work, and now I'm just trying to get back to give you guys entertainment that you want to watch all the time. But I will let you guys know as soon as I have it locked in. I will start trickling out that information, and we will have the best time possible. Trust me, it's going to be so much fun. Grand Inquisitor says, so now I'm going to have to talk to my coworkers now? I don't know if I can do that, Jeff. My morning coffee and Good Morning Pop Culture is what makes mornings passable. I'm very sorry, Grand Inquisitor. I thought of people like you when I thought of having to give this information out publicly. And to be honest, I should have put Good Morning Pop Culture on a break a while ago, but people do like it. It's a very community-driven show. It's the thing that I think makes me more accessible to you and you more accessible to me. We talk about entertainment, but we also talk about life and stuff like that. So it's so much good, but it just keeps me away from a few other things that need to be happening. So Grand Inquisitor, I apologize personally. Hopefully Gary from accounting is not a complete tool bag. Let's see. Sketch Therapy says maybe Doug can do Vader in comics on 2 Saturdays. Cool. Oh yeah, Doug's more than welcome to come hang out. I like Doug. He's a very nice guy. So Sketch Therapy, anytime he wants to come on one of those live hangouts, he's more than welcome to. David Hervey says, I love Good Morning Pop Culture, but I understand. This will also be good for your channel as far as the algorithm is concerned. I notice your one-off videos do great and most get 6 figures or better. Thanks and love your content. David, thank you very much for everything. I see you all the time in the chat. Yeah, the one-off videos do well. Yes, I said do. And well, the thing is, the channel grows so much when I do those, and there's a little break in between. So that really wasn't the main reason. The main reason is the book. And we'll just put the other Good Morning Pop Culture channel at the forefront once that gets monetized. That way everybody wins. If you don't like the show, we'll just stick with the videos. We can get 5 million subscribers on this channel and, 30, 40,000 on the other channel, and that's okay. But if people like that show, well, then people like that show. And I'm working on reorganizing this office so I can do a live desk setup like Jeremy does on Geeks and Gamers. So you can see I talk about this collection I have, and people are like, oh, I can't wait to see it. It doesn't look attractive because one shelf is just cluttered with books like Marvel Chronicles or the DC Comics Encyclopedia or the Atlas of Anatomy, and then a bunch of old sketchbooks crammed in. So I got to get it looking more attractive. But that is something I want to do, be in the videos. Maybe I can find a nice happy medium, kind of like the quartering does. That'd be a lot of fun. But David, thank you for understanding. Like I said, folks, the show's not dead. It's just taking a quick break. Let's see. Cesaria Japan, thank you very much. Gonna miss Good Morning Pop Culture. Loved throwing topics out there to see what commentary comes out. A few good subjects for Epic Jeff rants came out during your hiatus. Well, Cesaria Japan, if you find them, I got some time right now. So it's not like I got to jump off of here. This isn't a 25-minute stream. I figure we'll have some fun now, and then tomorrow you'll just have a video, and you'll hear from me live on Tuesday on the High Council, which is Ethan's channel, and then it's me the following week. Let's see who else popped up. Our friend Jason Green. Thank you very much, Jason Green. Hey, Jeff. Sent you some and your mom some gifts to ring in the new year. Hope you and Dion enjoyed the Richard Pryor album. We did. I took it up there. I kept here at the house, even though I didn't have a record player to use it on. I kept the Miami Vice Glenn Frey thing for my Miami Vice collection. So, yeah, man. That's all. I love Miami Vice. Thank you. But, dude, I appreciate all the stuff you've sent in. I'm going to hit the P.O. box up tomorrow because I got to talk to the I'm friends with the guy at the post office, and I got to figure out how the bulk rate shipping goes because he's like, because I looked it up on the internet, I think it's like 500 pieces, and we got like 1,500 pieces, and then I got to figure out how to bulk rate ship the comic book and all this other stuff. So it's going to be interesting. The P.O. box people love me / hate me. But Jason Green, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Only 51 weeks to Christmas. Are you ready yet? Well, the tree's still up, so sure, I'm ready. Maybe I should just never take it down. We'll do a whole year. Let's see. Ricky Crick, thank you very much. Did you ever watch Dark Angel, Young Jessica Alba? Yeah, I used to watch that. Was that 99, 2000? Yeah, I used to watch a lot of TV as a kid. Not necessarily stuff that all kids were watching. Nothing, too lascivious. I mean, we didn't have cable, so I couldn't, catch whatever. But I'd watch shows that you didn't think like a 12-year-old would want to watch just because I did my homework and I didn't feel like playing Nintendo. So, yeah, I watched that show. There was an episode with Lita from the WWF, and I just remember that one because I love wrestling. Let's see. Tim Riggs, thank you very much. A little sad about Good Morning Pop Culture, but I get it. You've had a chaotic good year. It'll be good for you to have some breathing space and restructure your time. Tim Riggs, you get it, man. Chaotic is good. I can't believe all that we accomplished in 2018, and I want to do even more this year. So as soon as this book is done and we get through it, it'll be back, and I'm ready for the chaos. I like it. I like doing this stuff. Believe me, if people are like, "Oh, what would you rather do?" I'm like, not much else. Maybe if I could do this on a scale of like, I don't know, 50 million subscribers or something, that'd be insane. I couldn't even do live shows because it would just be like, you're live, 50 million people want to watch you. Cool. But yeah, Tim, I'm going to take this time to get this shit done and then move on to, the next phase of the channel. David Hervey, thank you very much. Also, have you seen Young Justice Season 3 yet? It has not missed a beat. Only reason I might keep the DC Universe. Well, I have not watched it yet. I haven't watched anything on the DC Universe. I didn't even finish my first episode of Super Friends on that app. Not because I hate Super Friends. It's just, I don't know. I haven't had a chance to watch it. Actually, the thing is, I need to go back and watch all of Young Justice because I was, 21 or 22 when that show hit. And I was 20 when the Spectacular Spider-Man came out. But, for some reason, once I passed 21, I went out, I partied, I did a lot of shit, and I missed that show. I've seen 2 or 3 episodes with Joel. I like it, but I haven't seen enough to be like, oh man, I got to catch it. But I will, when I have some time. If the streaming service was on PlayStation, I think I'd use it a lot more. But because it's on my phone or desktop only, I find myself watching a lot of Netflix. And by the way, I'll talk about this on the podcast. I've been trying to watch a couple classic movies so we can have some fun discussions. I finally saw The Godfather, and I'm working my way through The Dirty Dozen right now. So I'm trying to do 1 or 2 old movies a month type of thing. And I've been watching a lot of old Star Trek too. So maybe I'll have Doomcock on and we'll just talk Trek and just have some fun like that. Where were we at? I did hear about the whole transgender James Bond thing. You know what's beautiful about, this whole crazy political movement that's going on in entertainment? It burns out real quick. By the time James Bond 25 comes out, which is next February, so we're a year and a month away from that still, all this hubbub will be over and done with, and we'll get a traditional James Bond, and people won't even care. Everybody wanted Idris Elba. We're finally over that hump. Now now 3 people want this transgender actor to play James Bond. We'll be over that hump too. And then eventually we'll just, find Daniel Craig's replacement and people will move on. Aquaman is a lot more important of a film than I think a lot of people realize. Now, if you liked it, awesome. I loved it. If you didn't like it, fine. But this conversation is still relevant. Midnight's Edge said that the hero's journey is dead. The traditional hero's journey does not work. It does not sell tickets. It does not move. Aquaman, traditional hero's journey, gonna become $1 billion picture. Gonna do better than most Marvel movies. Gonna do better than most movies ever. Was Aquaman the best film I've ever seen? No. Was it fun? Yes. Did it make me enjoy a character I thought was lame? Yes. And Jason Momoa did a fantastic job. The only criticism I've seen from a lot of people are, oh, people are only going to see it because he's good looking and women. I'm like, who cares? You know, I go see movies. Scarlett Johansson looks great. I saw Ghost in the Shell. The movie was okay, but I like Scarlett Johansson. I mean, it goes both ways. And you know what? If women want to go see Aquaman because of the way he looks, cool. I want to go see it because the movie was fucking crazy, had great visuals. I loved the soundtrack. It looked great. So, but the point I'm trying to make is it was very traditional. It was very old school. It had that Uncharted Raiders of the Lost Ark feel. It had the grand epic Avengers-ness at the final battle. It had all these things. Subverting expectations and trying to change the world of entertainment isn't really going to be the future, because remember, folks, the entertainment business is a business. It lives and dies by what makes money. You know, Star Wars is changing back to what it was because Rian Johnson tried some bullshit. Kathleen Kennedy allowed some bullshit, and it didn't work. Wait for J.J. Abrams to bring back as many references and callbacks to Return of the Jedi and the original Star Wars as possible in Episode 9, and be prepared for The Mandalorian and the Cassian Andor show to be very traditional. They're not going to do anything super crazy because The Force Awakens was a sequel to Return of the Jedi. It made all that money. New Star Wars is kind of dead already. They can't do that shit anymore. And Disney won't allow it. Yes, they have Toy Story. Yes, they have Incredibles and all these other franchises, Frozen 2, all this stuff. Disney owns the world now. But still, they want it to be profitable all across the board. You know, Star Wars merchandise can be so lucrative. But, it's in a bad place now. Once they clean it up, they can go back to make a couple extra $1 billion a year because, a couple extra $1 billion a year isn't a bad thing. So that was a really long way, Cesare Japan, to answer your question. So thank you very much for being patient with me. Let's see. Mareth Aline. Hey, man, glad to see you here again. Missed you and your show over the holidays. Mareth Aline, I missed you and your limericks as well, my friend. We'll be in touch. We'll have to have you on a stream or something like that. And by the way, folks, when we do our Indiana Jones and we already did Star Wars, but Indiana Jones Back to the Future and stuff, we're going to have spots open for listeners. So be in contact with us. We'd love to have you guys on to hear your own personal takes. When we do Back to the Future Part 3, that's going to be interesting. I should try to see if I can get Retro Blastin to be on that one because he loves that movie. And he made a point to me. He's like, when you hit a certain age on the right day, that movie's just perfect. So I don't know. I'm 30 now. Maybe it's the perfect time to enjoy Back to the Future Part 3. If not, well, it's Back to the Future Part 3. It's not that terrible. Etepakoyan, thank you very much for your super chat, my friend. Hey, Jeff, I'm in Facebook jail, so I wanted to say hola, I'm missing Good Morning Pop Culture. I'll be in touch soon because I need some channel help. Glad you dug the Christmas gift. I did. It was too sweet, my friend. I'm sorry that you're in Facebook jail. I know a lot of people have been telling us about that. We don't have any say in that matter. So, some people are like, oh, my postcard reporter are taken down. We're not, actively doing that, just to give you guys a heads up in case anybody, hears that. Plus, I'd never do that to you, man. You sent a Nintendo 64. But yeah, I'm sorry about Good Morning Pop Culture. But like I said, folks, it'll be back. And maybe sometimes at night when I have a little time like this, I'll pop in and we'll talk at night. I mean, just because that 5-hour chunk in the morning, needs to be used for something else doesn't mean, 90 minutes before bed on a Sunday doesn't mean we can't hang out then. So we'll find a happy medium. Black Angus Review, what's up, man? Can I request you for a live guest in May for my birthday? Well, Black Angus Review, sure. Just tell me the date, and I will write it down. I got a fresh new calendar right here. You can hear it. And I will make sure that I appear on your show for you, man. Let's see what else we got rolling. Obi-Wan 27883, thank you very much. Jeremy is convinced letting live streams post publicly to your channel is what slows down channel growth. Might look for a loophole to download and re-upload it to cheat the algorithm. True. I was thinking about if I was thinking either I could do an archive channel where I just put it on, like we call it like WCBS Live, and it's just an archive of all of our live shows. The thing is, I want to grow the channel to, millions of subscribers. We have the potential, but I don't like cutting out the legs of this because, this is fun to me. Somebody once said, "Oh, I hope your channel doesn't get too big because we won't be able to talk to you." And we had like 10,000 subscribers. I'm like, I wanted to get bigger, and I still think we've been able to maintain that. But Obi-Wan, if you ever have insight or anything, because Jeremy and I talk, we're friends, but if you guys have insight or ideas about how to win at YouTube, let me know, because I'm willing to take the steps. Like, I like to learn and I like to do things. So if that is the case, like I might take this one and unlist it. Who knows? We'll find out. But there is a video for tomorrow, and that will be the main event going forward. Obi-Wan 2783 also said, "Thank you very much. If you look at your recent channel growth and a lack of live streams, it might make sense to continue trying it." Well, yeah, I guess that's the case. The podcast, though, will not stop. It'll still be a Thursday night thing. So maybe you get all your fix of us live on Thursday night, because it is what the channel was built on, world-class bullshitters. We could be called the People's Republic of Pop Culture if we're just going to get rid of the podcast. And that'd be weird, rebranding. I think your boy Zach rebranded his channel. I hope that works out well. I hate to say it, but I haven't been watching his videos as of late. And it's nothing to do with him personally. I've been busy making my own comics. And I think a lot of people can attest to this, especially Black Angus Reviews and Jeff the Iron Wolf and all of our listeners that have gone out to make their own YouTube channels, especially other people that are getting ready to start. The more you make content, the less you watch. In the beginning, you'll watch other people to try to see what they do to find out what works. But once you find your own formula, you will be watching other things to help you somewhere else. You'll be watching less stuff for recreation. And that's what happened with me and him. Because I gotta give him a shout out, man. 2 years ago, when we were just a podcast, he gave us a shout out and we grew quite a bit. He mentioned our names and it was awesome. And that helped us grow. And I even got to tell him that, thank you in person. So that's been, I'll never forget where we got to, get our first little piece of recognition. Let's see. Chris Wicks, thank you very much. Welcome back, mate. Happy New Year. Sad about G.M.P.C, but get why you had to do it. Any updates on the following? Kyle Newman, Matt Miller, R.I.P. Mean Gene, so sad. First off, I'm very sad about Mean Gene Okerlund. I was taking Dion's nephew to the arcade, and I got a message that said Mean Gene died. And I was like, damn it. Now, for those who don't know, Mean Gene Okerlund was, the voice of the WWF in the 80s. He wasn't the commentator. That would have been Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura. But he was the guy that stood in the back and interviewed Hulk Hogan. Let me tell you something, Mean Gene, that guy. And yes, he was old. And much like Stan Lee, he had lived a good life and done a lot of stuff. But no matter how old these people get, you're still a little sad, like, oh, they passed away. So yeah, rest in peace, Mean Gene. I might actually try to watch Raw on Monday because Hulk Hogan's going to come back and eulogize Mean Gene Okerlund. And, I know this sounds oddly like sentimental, but appreciate the older celebrities while you got them now, because eventually they'll be gone. I'm not saying you got to go out of your way to like watch everything they ever do, but like me, I had a chance to meet Adam West and Stan Lee at the same convention, and I said no, and now they're both dead. And I'm like, shit. And I don't want an autograph to sell. I don't want those things. I just wanted to say, hey, I met Stan Lee and Adam West. I met Batman. That would have been sweet. But I missed out on that opportunity. So if you ever get a chance, the older people, it's a risk. So go ahead and take that chance. Matt Miller, there's a follow-up video that I do want to make. The guy's full of shit and he's been called out on it. Maybe I'll see if he's trying to pull some more crap, but I will. I did say once the video hit 50,000, I'd make a sequel. It hit 50,000 when I was gone. So I'll go back and start working. But like I said, our buddy Scott Mendelson is back in the fold. And there's some really interesting news to basically shut his argument down. That comes out tomorrow. So you'll have to wait. I don't want to give it away. I'll make you watch it. But it's about a 17-minute video. And it's, all killer, no filler. Kyle Newman, he was the Fanboys guy. I have not tried to contact him. So let me take a screenshot of this real quick. And I will make sure to try to get in touch. Somebody said they knew a family member of his or a friend or something. If you're that person listening, shoot us an email, worldclassbs@mail.com. And, oh yeah, here's an update too. Kendo runs the email. So if you need to get in contact with us and If you're thinking I'm reading your emails and not responding, Kendo sends the emails to me, and then we'll do it like that. But that's how the chain has to go for the time being. Best way to contact me directly is on these shows, and that's that for the time being. But thank you for your New Year's wishes, Chris Wicks. And yes, I will bring back Good Morning Pop Culture soon enough. I'm sorry that you guys miss it. Let's see. Mareth Dialine, were you the next one? Yes, you were. Thank you very much. Broke down and watched Venom, and I loved it. Had me smiling and laughing, and I'm in a great mood the whole day. Well, Mareth Dialine, sometimes watching a movie is more important than trying to make a statement, sometimes. With Venom, I was never trying to make a statement about, entertainment. I just didn't want to watch it because, let's be honest, the last two Spider-Man movies from Sony exclusively sucked. Amazing 1 and 2. Some people say that's more accurate to the comics, and I say, what comics are you reading? Surely shit wasn't the Ultimate books, because they're not that accurate to that either. So I didn't watch Venom because also Venom's not my favorite villain, but I kind of want to check it out now based on what you say, as well as I've been hearing a lot of positive buzz. So it took the world by storm. Aquaman's taken the world by storm. I hope Marvel proper, the MCU, takes note. Not because I want them to fail, but because I want them to not do the switch, the fall into the Star Wars trap. Maybe we'll make a video called The Star Wars Trap with Admiral Akbar on the title card. But I just don't want them to think that the identity politics are the future of entertainment, because people will complain and then they'll go away and they'll kill the superhero genre. You think it's almost dead, it's on its last legs, and Aquaman comes out and opens up a whole new possibility. I mean, they're talking about this new Batman movie starting filming in November, and I'm like, well, shit, Aquaman was a surprise hit. If Shazam doesn't suck, I'm on board for Batman, and I hope Shazam doesn't suck. So maybe Venom is something I need to check out. I'll talk to Nick and see what's up. The little action figure kind of sucked that came with the Blu-ray, but I don't buy Blu-rays for action figures. Unless it was Axel Foley, then shit, I'll buy 10 of them. Breadman finally saw Volume 3 of Batman the Animated Series. Well, Breadman, let me tell you this. If you don't know, Volume 4 of Batman the Animated Series changes the art style. So some people like it more because it matches with Superman. I like it less, but I still think it's good. It didn't bother me as a kid as much as I thought it would. I bought the toys that change. The Joker direction, the artwork sucks. The new Joker art style, but it's still Mark Hamill, and it's still great. And Joker's Millions is a great episode. I don't want to spoil the twist for you, but I can't wait for you to watch it. Let's see. Tim Riggs also says, thank you very much, Tim Riggs, the only thing that is truly wrong with Back to the Future 3 is the last 5 minutes or so. The train was just such a bad idea. Kathleen's probably. Tim, I saw that train live in person at Universal Studios as a kid, and I hadn't seen Back to the Future Part 3 yet. I just knew the car from Part 1. I don't think I saw Part 2 until I was like 7, but I'd seen Part 1 a million times before that. Yeah, the train is a dumb idea. I don't really like Clara Clayton that much, but I don't dislike her either. Maybe it's because I don't appreciate the Wild West setting as much back then as I do now. I guess I'll have to watch it and have an introspective look. But we'll be doing that, like I said, for the channel. And we'll have a lot of fun. Back to the Future is a hard movie for me to watch, though, on the channel, because it is my favorite movie. And one, I want to watch it. And two, I guess I want to respect it, so I don't want to talk over it. I know that's an odd thing to say, but that's how I feel about that movie. But the beginning of Part 3 is awesome. I really don't know where it shits the bed or if it does at all. But we'll find out together. Now we can play the game Where Does It Shit the Bed for Spider-Man 3. And, we'll be having that soon enough. Would you consider reading erotic novels on this channel? Maybe on Valentine's Day. Let's see. What's up to everybody that's popping up new? Like I said, guys, the big change is that Good Morning Pop Culture is going away for a little bit till that Star Wars Celebration. We are going to have more daily videos, weekly videos. Do 3 a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That should give me enough time to get through those because I'm working on the comic. And we'll have the last Wednesday of every month be our Patreon hangout. And then I'm going to use some Saturdays to get us our sketch therapy streams and stuff like that. So there will be more content, even though Good Morning Pop Culture goes away, if that makes sense. And then eventually, once the book's done and it's shipped out to you guys, then it becomes We'll integrate the show back. Let's see. 6 turning, 4 burning. Welcome back, my friend. Me says Hero's Journey is dead. Or Midnight's Edge says Hero's Journey is dead. Aquaman shows it isn't. And Ray Sue has flopped. Hero's Journey has been around since storytelling began. Yeah, that is why I said it to them. Because here's the thing. I was going to work with Midnight's Edge, and then it never happened. But there was never a falling out. It's just we both got busy. So a couple people thought, oh, was there some miscommunication, some problems? Never. Not at all, honestly. There's never been bad blood. It fell apart. So hopefully we can get that. But the Andre dude did say that in one of his Star Wars videos. And I remember I was driving to Kroger in the morning to pick up something. And I was like, no, I disagree with that. And then I said it in the comments section, and I think he responded back. But we should have that debate. It'd be a lot of fun. Respectful debates are cool because, I'm not trying. I used to watch the shit out of that channel. That's a channel I would never try to, oh, Midnight's Edge. No, I love them. They're not going to, and their thing is, they're still pumping out stuff people want to watch. It's funny. Star Wars is an evergreen subject. There's so many things that you can cover in the universe. And I've been reading the Thrawn trilogy, so we're going to be talking about that soon enough, too. So be prepared. I want to talk about all kinds of stuff. Zach got major flack for changing the channel name. Okay, I did not know he got that much flack. Like I said, I haven't heard too much. Let's see if I can get PewDiePie to guest star. I could ask. If he got 80,000 emails or messages, could you appear on World Class Bullshitters? I'm cool with PewDiePie. I really never watched him until a couple of months ago, and I saw a couple of his videos, and I laughed. So, yeah, I'd love to have the dude on. It would help us immensely. Shit. Anybody that that has 70 million YouTuber subscribers that could join the channel for a minute, that'd be awesome. If I could have a live stream that says live with PewDiePie, shit, everybody would fucking watch. Would I ever go to a Canadian Comic-Con? Yeah, I could go to a Canadian comic convention. It won't be anytime soon. Oh, here's another update for the channel, where we're going to be. In March, we're going to be here in Cincinnati at Horror Hound, Cincinnati. Convenient. So if you guys are going to come to the convention, if you're in the area, you want to come hang out with us, awesome. It's my hometown, so I know every place to go. So if you make a trip, we'll go somewhere fun. So that's going to be neat. And then I'm going to go meet Cecil in New York City. Yes, in April, the weekend before Star Wars Celebration. I'm going to New York City for WrestleMania. I'm going to hang out with Cecil. Cecil and I made plans. We're going to go to dinner. We're going to shoot the shit. I don't know if I can really film stuff because, if they'll let you wear a costume in restaurants, but I'll be meeting Cecil. Maybe we'll record some audio. How's that sound? And then finally, Star Wars Celebration. That'll be the big thing for this part of the year. I don't have anything big planned, but there is a Back to the Future Part 2 30th anniversary thing in California towards the end of the year. I might, take some channel money and go do something live in California. Who knows? Jeremy does it. Why not us? But I'll be checking that out. I'm excited for Punisher Season 2. Oh, if it's overtly SJW Christian fundamentalist bullshit, no. But I loved the first season, so I'm ready. I'll give it a shot. If it sucks, it sucks. I'll be the first one to call that. But Daredevil Season 3 was so fucking good, and I loved it. And I just want more fun. The thing is, I can enjoy a character of any gender, any color, any race, anything. It doesn't matter to me. But when you infuse it with crap that is the antithesis of the character, well, no, thank you. Just, I don't need to watch it. Let's see, where are we at? Sorry, it seems like I'm a little behind on some of these super chats. Mirror Jeremy says, I thought after 25 they were doing prequel Bond. Well, I hope they don't do a prequel Bond. Mirror Jeremy, I'd be pissed. They did a reboot with Casino Royale, and it worked. It worked well back then. I can't really shit on Casino Royale. Let me tell you where I was in my headspace in 2005. I shit on it all the time because I was like, no Pierce Brosnan, no Jeff. I'm not going to watch not Pierce Brosnan be James Bond. And then I bought into the hype, and I saw the movie, and I liked it. And then I bought it on DVD, and that was that was it. I owned it. There was a Blu-ray release, but I didn't have a Blu-ray player back then or a flat screen. But I don't, for me, now I don't control the James Bond franchise. I wish I did, because if I controlled Bond, there would be more frequent films every 2 to 3 years, and there would be more James Bond merchandise. And people say that dilutes the brand. Do you realize that there's like barely any James Bond merchandise in the grand scheme of it? There's a couple things. There was stuff when it was brand new back in the 60s. But like if you're a high-end collector like me, you have one option for a James Bond doll, and it kind of sucks. So that's neither here nor there. But I would like to see, as after Bond 25 with Daniel Craig, they go back to the old timeline that Pierce Brosnan was on. That way we don't have to remake Goldfinger and Thunderball and all this other shit that they're going to do. And we just have a continuation, new stories. And I'd like to see, like I tell you guys this all the time, I'd like to see a movie where James Bond's the bad guy. He is doing something for the government that people don't like, and it's his job, and he's got to deal with it, and that's how the movie is. It's kind of a dark, James Bond's the bad guy, and he's got to assassinate and do all this shit. They flirt with it with Timothy Dalton and part of Daniel Craig, but he is the hero at the end. I'd like one where he just comes out as the asshole, and it's James Bond will return. And the company knows, the studio knows going in that one's going to be the one that may not make the most money, but that was the ballsiest one they ever did. They tried it with License to Kill, but License to Kill, he was on a revenge mission for Felix Leiter. I just want him like just to do something really, really shitty, but it's his job. To me, that's how you make James Bond interesting. Or you keep him you do a political film where you just, maybe you rile up the wrong people, but it's a fictional story and it gets people talking. I think that's how you could really prolong James Bond for a minute. Can I take a dump on the Golden Globes on the podcast Thursday? Are the Golden Globes even worth my time? But I can look into it if you guys remind me. Let's see. I can't wait for the Nurkish origin story to come out. I mean, the Joker movie. Oh, yeah, man. Nurkish looks like he's doing a great job in that flick. Rookie Critic, thank you very much. Good little channels. Black Angus Reviews, Jeff the Iron Wolf, Flipped Out, Sith Kryptonian, Anomaly Incorporated, Brandon Moist, General Katarn, and the Lone Wolf Cub. Well, Brandon Moist is a friend of mine. He's a friend of the channel. So I endorse the Moistcast wholeheartedly. He invited me on Friday, but I couldn't make it. I was out. See, every time I get back in town, I take my mom to dinner. So I took her to dinner, and then I took her to lunch and then lunch again. But I'll try to get on that show and hang out with him. He's a lot of fun. And our buddy Salvador is going to launch a channel soon, and he loves toys like I do. So when he goes live, I'm going to tell you guys about that. Subscribe. That's how we really build the fandom menace in this community. People want to say it's one thing or the other. It's like the most welcoming thing on the internet. I just don't know how they get the wrong idea. Oh, we dislike a movie. Excuse me. But Rookie Critic, everybody out there, check those channels out. Black Angus Reviews, Jeff the Iron Wolf, Flipped Out, Sith Kryptonian, Anomaly Incorporated, Brandon Moist, General Katarn, and the Lone Wolf Cub, excuse me. I asked about 2 weeks ago, but are you still doing a Batman the Animated Series watch party mid-January? Let me write that down in pencil on the side of my calendar, and I will try to come up with a day for that. Maybe we could do that at the end of the month as a listener thing. Maybe we don't have to make that just a Patreon thing. We'll do it like a listener. You can hear me rustling for a pencil. I'll use a silver Sharpie. That's the same thing, right? Let's see. Batman TAS stream. We could do like 5 episodes one night. They're 20 minutes each. That'd be roughly under 2 hours. I can make something like that happen. It's my favorite cartoon of all time. We could have a lot of fun. Let's see, where am I at? I feel like I'm on a Good Morning Pop Culture, but at night. I love it. Obi-Wan 27883 says, yes, Jeff, read those Thrawn trilogy and duology. Have to read Survivor's Quest right after. Those Zahn books rock. Anna just read them. Joint live? I could do anything with Anna, like as a Star Wars stream. She's cool. I watch her painting videos. By the way, if you haven't checked her out, that Star Wars girl, fantastic painter. I wish I could color like that. Maybe the next comic I should be like, hey, Anna, would you paint it for me? And she could be the colorist. I got a guy. He's awesome. Don't want to not work with him. Maybe we'll get, you know what? It's not too late to change the cover. Maybe we could have Anna paint it. Let's see if she's in. I'll talk to her. We're Facebook friends. I'll see if she's interested in it. I don't want to, tell her to do something that she's not interested in, but I'd like to see if she's interested. Black Angus Review says, "Don't let Cecil get your drinks." Oh no, no, no! I won't let Cecil. I should just have Cecil behind like a plastic wall. It'll be like at a jail. We'll get on a little phone, like, "So Cecil, what's up?" And it'll be like, "Hello," and I'll be safe that way. Tim Riggs says, "Provided I don't have to go back to effing Montreal that week, I'll be at Cincinnati Horror Hound. Only a 2.5-hour drive for me." Well, Tim Riggs will have some fun. You can bring dildo Dion another purple dildo. Oh man. Seriously, guys. Yeah, he just rolls up. He's like, "Hey, I got a gift for Dion," and he gives him a dildo. It was awesome. It was awesome. Let's see where else we got. Could never get into James Bond. That's cool. It's not for everybody. I went out with this girl in high school, and she hated James Bond movies. It didn't really affect our friendship/relationship. So, hey, it's not for everybody. Let's see. Watchmen commentary. When is the 6th of March? 369 is when it came out. Let's see. Gotta love calendars, folks. Let's see. March 6th is a Wednesday. It's Ash Wednesday for those who are Catholic. What the hell is Shrove Tuesday? Oh, maybe. I guess we should. We'll do that. That'll be our Watchmen night. Yeah, that won't interfere with any of our. Yeah, okay. Just keep reminding me, guys. Watchmen 3/6/19. We'll do our live commentary. It'll have to be the Watchmen director's cut because that's all I got on Blu-ray. But we'll give you guys ample notice. I saw that Stranger Things comes out in July. Have you noticed? It takes place in July of 1985. What else took place in July of 1985? Back to the Future. I'm so worried that that's going to be nothing but a big Back to the Future reference that entire season. It's my favorite movie. I really don't need to see it quoted constantly. I know the words. Now, Netflix, don't con me. About the Elaine, thank you very much. I think up words. They are not lame. Take on me. You'll go down in flames. Even in the pouring rain. Can't derail my lyrical train. I wouldn't even want to try, man. You know what that reminds me of is Run DMC. I'm the king of rock. There is none higher. Sucker MCs, they call me sire. You want my throne? You'll have to use fire. I won't stop rock until I retire. That's what that reminds me of. I feel like if you were, I don't know, 30 years older, living in Brooklyn or something, you could have been a rapper. Rusty Lean's a good name too. Let's see. Ryan Geiger, thank you very much. Finally saw Aquaman yesterday. Thought one of the best things was the movie didn't dick around or really slow down. Also, Amber Heard. My goodness. Yeah, Amber Heard was awesome looking in that movie, and I'm not going to be afraid to say it. Beautiful woman. She looks great. Great costume. But besides her looking great, the movie just, man, when he went into Atlantis, I was like, this is what Tron should have been. Or when he was in Italy, I was like, this is amazing. You don't get those touches. It's weird. Aquaman had just as much soundstage green screen as Star Wars, but it felt so much more real. Even though Star Wars was filmed outdoors in certain parts of the world, it felt overly produced. And you know what's nice about James Wan? James Wan publicly stated, if you didn't like my movie, that's okay. Don't harass and bully people. What does Ryan Johnson do? Fuck around. People kiss his ass, and he just buys into his own hype. I think DC being in second place is good because Warner Brothers doesn't own the world like Disney does. They can't allow themselves to, become haughty and kind of egotistical. And so I look at Aquaman as a great achievement, and I really hope they can continue that momentum. But yeah, man, Amber Heard. Sorry about that. Let's see. Did you know Star Wars? Here's who had a James Bond character named Jonas Cross in a comic by Dark Horse. I did not. I'll have to check that out. Get me the name of the comic book. Let's see. Was James Bond that much of a good guy in the novels? I thought it was the movies were a simple good guy, bad guy story. It's been years since I've read the books, to be honest. He's not as vicious. He's a little odd. He's more romantic than you'd think. Like they're in Goldfinger, he just imagines marrying some woman as he drives around. It's kind of bizarre for James Bond to have those thoughts, but hey. Let's see. Where else were we at? Our buddy Black Angus Reviews, thank you very much. Jeff, Get in on Game of Thrones. Me and Brandon Moist just did the first season stream leading into season 8 premiere, alternating bi-weekly. Go Eagles! Oh, man. I don't know about the Eagles. I don't really watch football. By the way, give this a thumbs up, guys. We got to hit those thumbs up. That's our goal for this year. That's not the only goal. That'd be weird. It's like, yeah, we got to get one thumbs up, and we've achieved our goal this year. Everything else is just whatever, laissez-faire bullshit. Black Angus Reviews. I did watch an episode of Game of Thrones at Dion's. It was the one where the mountain dude crushed some dude's head, and I was like, all right, I can kind of get into this. But that's it. I definitely don't have time to get into Game of Thrones right now with the comic and all these other things. But it's something I want to watch eventually. I tried to watch Westworld once, and I stopped watching it because I was kind of bored. But I do like the movie Westworld, so that's a subject for a different day. But yeah, Game of Thrones, maybe one day. I can't promise anything. If there was like a Game of Thrones abridged that I could watch, maybe somebody could fill me in with the rest of it. What up, Edward Hogue? Good to see you here. Another Indiegogo variant from Anna. That'd be cool. Anna could paint me as Grand Admiral Thrawn. I'd like that. Which Ian Fleming novels of Bond have been made into films yet? Technically property of a lady, but that was used for Octopussy. There's a thing called the Hildebrandt Rarity, but those are like short stories. There's a bunch of short stories because there's a book called For Your Eyes Only, but it's like short stories. And there's like one that appeared in Playboy in the 60s. That's when you read it for the articles. Most of the Fleming stuff has been pretty much adapted. Remember, Ian Fleming died right after, or right before Goldfinger came out. He never made it to see Goldfinger in cinemas. He had like a heart condition, and instead of wanting to live, a sheltered life, he went out swimming because he knew it would kill him, and he just died. So he kind of went out like a boss. Ian Fleming can never be considered a weak man. This December's the 10th anniversary of Avatar. I wish I liked Avatar, but I don't. Let's see what else comes out that there's an anniversary. We covered those on the podcast, folks. So if you want to hear about our anniversary discussions, we're going to be covering a lot of anniversary films. Yes, we'll do a 20th anniversary live stream of The Phantom Menace on May 19th or some shit like that. It's going to be fun, I guess. Let's see. What are your first thoughts on Batwoman getting greenlit for a pilot? If it's on the CW, it's just more crap I'm not going to watch. So if people are in the CW camp, have fun. I don't like those characters. I like my superheroes on the big screen, or I like them with a budget like they would have on Netflix. My street-level heroes need to be violent and realistic and fun. Daredevil, my second favorite Marvel character, got his just due finally. Punisher, they're treating him pretty well on Netflix, So we'll see. But the Batgirl stuff just isn't for me. That's one thing on the channel. I haven't changed, obviously, but certain things just like Captain Marvel, I'm already in on the Marvel movies. I don't have any qualms criticizing that. But Batgirl, Flash, Green Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, and all that crap, it looks kind of lame. Supergirl, but I just wasn't going to watch it. Even if I didn't have this channel, I wouldn't watch it. So cool that it's getting it, but it'll never be, unless it gets like overtly stupid or does something that we got to cover here on the channel. Other than that, I don't know if we'll ever talk about it. Rep the Elaine, thank you very much. Jeff says I could have been a rapper. Doc, fire up that DeLorean. We have to go back. Where? Oh my god, that's the kind of shit people would do if they could time travel. Watch Game of Thrones, The Mountain versus Viper with lightsabers on YouTube. I'll have to check that out. Jeff, do you have time for great characters, great fight scenes, and tits? Everyone should have time for boobs, man. Oh, I do. Believe me. We all have time for that. Let's see. Thank you, Dr. Meatball, for filling in those in the chat. I appreciate that. You want more angry Dion in 2019? I don't think there's such a thing as a non-angry Dion. Trust me, he and I were yelling about shit. Well, we were drinking, but still, we were yelling about shit all during our trip in Michigan. Let's see. 6 turning 4 burning. Thank you very much. I thought Jason and Amber had great chemistry in Aquaman. It really made the movie enjoyable for me. Me too, 6 turning 4 burning. I thought they had good, really good chemistry. I even like Tamara Morrison and Nicole Kidman, and I love the ending where she comes back. I knew it was going to happen, much like I knew the whole plot with the submarine was going to happen, but I was like, okay, cool. Another thing I think Aquaman did right was sometimes tradition and predictability to some degree works. I mean, the movie didn't try to subvert expectations or, reinvent the wheel, but you left happy. And, you can hear it in my voice. I'm like, yeah, man, Aquaman, what the hell? Like when I went and saw it, Dan, we kept looking over and like, how is this so good? And, it's a good feeling. I want that for every movie. I honestly want Captain Marvel to be that good. Do I think it could be? I don't think the crazy extremist fans would allow it to be just that, a fun movie. We saw that they weaponized and politicized Black Panther, which could have just been, a superhero movie with a black lead that, at points got a little preachy, but didn't. Wonder Woman didn't get preachy. There was like one or two jokes, but again, they were jokes, but it didn't kill the character development. It's weird. Wonder Woman and Aquaman are, two of the strongest superhero movies in the last couple of years. I want more of those characters. I like them both in Justice League, and I hope that Aquaman and the continued success of DC flicks gives us another Justice League movie with the right director. The grim, dark Zack Snyder come together shitty cover of the Beatles song wasn't right. But the bright, beautiful colors of James Wan's Aquaman and how Gal Gadot and Wonder Woman looked, maybe there's a future where the Avengers aren't necessarily the A team at the cinema anymore. After Endgame, they kill off the good characters that people don't like, and DC finds this as a time to, elevate their game and, become the biggest game in town. Guys, 2012, up until the Avengers, DC was the biggest thing from 2008 to 2012. They had that 4-year reign, all while there was an MCU. So it could happen again. We just have to see if they play their cards right. Pokemon, the first movie, was 20 years. Wow. I saw that opening night. My mom bought tickets for me and a couple dudes from school, and we went and saw it right after we got out of class. I was in the 5th grade. I've also been a wrestling fan for 20 years this November. Let's see. How do we feel about Matt Reeves' Batman film? How do we feel Matt Reeves' Batman film will be? Could be good. I don't want a Nolan rehash, but I don't want the continuation of I'm not trying to kill myself Batman from Justice League BVS. A happy medium. How about you either go extremely gothic like they used to do with Tim Burton, or you do not necessarily a fantastical Batman, but a detective Batman that does, fight the fantastical at times. Like fight the Riddler. Do something cool. How about a Batman death trap? Remember how in the comic books they used to have these great death traps, or in the old Adam West show? Like bring back something crazy like that. Let Batman go up against something with color, not necessarily grays and blacks. I've been watching the Nolan flicks again recently. I actually watched The Dark Knight on Wednesday. I still like the movie, but man, we're past that era of Batman. I think there's a new Batman that could be created that could really capture the attention of a lot of people. And, everything that came before it has, opened up the people's receptive nature. Like, seeing the Incredible Hulk and Thor and all these fantastical characters, you can buy Batman going up against Killer Croc sucked in Suicide Squad, but you get the point. Well, they did Bane and he was kind of hokey. Clayface. Okay, it's time for fucking Clayface. Makini90, thank you very much. Happy New Year to you too, my friend. There's going to be a lot of quality content. Hopefully Kendo can be proud of it. Am I on Discord? I am not. Let's see here. What are some films I'm excited for this year? Well, let's see what comes out this year. There's a lot that I want to watch. Let's see, 2019 films. Not 2019 playoffs. Sorry, I don't, I'll watch the Super Bowl. Let's see. Obviously, I'm going to see Avengers, Captain Marvel, maybe Toy Story 4. Didn't really like 3 that much. I won't watch The Lion King nor Aladdin. I have to watch episode 9 for the show. I will not watch Glass. I'm excited for Glass. That's the next film I can't wait to watch. I'll also watch It Chapter 2, Shazam, Men in Black. No, I'm not going to watch Men in Black. Godzilla, Detective Pikachu, John Wick 3. Those are the ones that I'm super excited for right now. I will not probably watch Terminator 6, Rise of the LGBT 1000. Make the Batman film with the gothic style of Tim Burton's Batman and with the gritty style of the Nolan films, a mixture of the two. That's Pete's suggestion. I'd watch it. I just want Batman to look right. I know a lot of people shit on Affleck, and he wasn't the best Batman, but he wasn't the worst. And I liked how he looked. He's got a good Bruce Wayne look. The suit was okay for the most part. Let's just have Batman move better. This isn't the Arkham game. This is, Batman on film. Oh, Salvador's back. What's up, man? I hope everyone is ready to make a bunch of mistakes this year and not realize it until next year because hindsight is 2020. I'll see myself out. Man, I was sitting here praising you, telling you thanks for all the shit you sent in and how I can't wait for your channel to launch because I want to watch you talk about action figures. But now I think I'm going to have to take that back. Rethuline, can I get that DeLorean key, bro? I'm going to go back in time, 90 minutes and take back all the nice things I said about Salvador. Oh, man. Nah, dude, thank you so much for that damn Sentinel. I keep looking at the thing. It's right here. I want to play with it, but I won't because I don't have the time, but I want to. Let's see. My thoughts on the new Lion King. Would never go watch it. I loved the original as a kid. Lion King was one of those Disney films I probably saw 40 times on video, never in theater. But I don't care. I don't need to see the story remade. I'm not old enough that a movie I remember as a kid seeing needs to be remade. This isn't Scarface from 1932 to Scarface from 1983. This isn't a 50-year gap. This is 25 years removed. I don't think there's an expiration date on a classic film. You didn't need to remake Star Wars. You tried. You got away with it. But overall, no. But you don't need to remake this shit. You don't need to remake Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Dodgeball, any of these movies. They don't need to be remade. Let's see. I thought Toy Story 3 was good, but I honestly prefer the first two. I find them more entertaining and don't overdo the Pixar weepiness. Yeah, Pete 1972. The Pixar weepiness is just too much for me. That's why I didn't go see Inside Out and other Pixar movies. I just, it works for Up because it's important to the story. And man, the beginning of Up will just slap you across the face. But yeah, I find the other two are better. Tears for Good Morning Pop Culture, but how about a regular Saturday night stream like this in the meantime? I like it. Jonathan Hurst, yeah, man, I want to do, like I said, I don't ever want to take away from hanging out with you guys. Believe me, that's never been, that's why the show Good Morning Pop Culture kept on going the way it has, because I like this. This is a lot of fun. But we'll have to figure out a happy medium. And like Jeremy said with the algorithm right now, the live streams do hurt channel growth. We were losing a lot here's the weird thing. We would never lose a lot of people. We would basically lose and gain the same. So essentially we'd go up like 3 subscribers in a week. It's like, okay, well, we didn't lose any. We didn't gain any. And so, like I said, you put up a video, go away, 1,000 subscribers in a week. You're like, well, shit, something, that's what the YouTube algorithm likes. So if we do these Saturday night streams, you'll have to catch them live because I'm going to delist them so I can, not hurt the channel. Because if I'm putting in, 9 hours on a video, I want it to get watched and I want people to share it and spread the word. So we'll figure out the thing. That's what, like I said, that's what this is really for, is to talk about what we're doing. So there's no confusion. Let's see. What about Jane Wick? Or what Jane Wick? Not something I'm going to watch. Joan Wick? Maybe that one. Let's see. I heard they're working on John Wick 3. Oh, John Wick 3 comes out soon. So that'll be out mid-year. We'll be talking about that on the channel for sure. Any interest in watching Get Out? Nah. Maybe if I'm drunk at somebody's house, I'd watch it, but I don't know. I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to watch Get Out. What do I think if Rian Johnson became president of Lucasfilm after Kathleen Kennedy leaves? Well, you know how I would always say it can't get any worse than Kathleen Kennedy? Well, it definitely could. Rugis says, my New Year's resolution is to watch all original 60 Star Trek TV shows up to season 1, episode 25. Good nostalgia. Well, I've watched about, 7 or 8 episodes in the past couple of days because I was at Dion's and we had just got back from, we met our friend Trent. So Yeah, like when I'm out of town, and if some of the listeners are relatively close to where we are, we'll meet up. So I met up with Trent, the guy that's always in the chat, and we went to dinner. We had some Mexican food, and afterwards, Dion and I went back to his apartment, and his wife was putting the kid to bed, and I just put on Star Trek, and we watched the Mirror Universe episode where they accidentally get Spock with the goatee, and it was really good. And I think we watched another one, and then we watched Doom, and then I went to sleep. I was like, fuck Doom, this is a terrible movie. The Rock could not act back then. Let's see. Hey Jeff, could the Justice League take down the Jedi Council in a fight? You mean like the entire Jedi Council? You would have to really get into the semantics of it. Like, I'm sure Wonder Woman's gauntlets could deflect a lightsaber, and the Flash is fast, but is it fast enough? And well, I guess with Superman involved, maybe. Yeah, he's part of the Justice League. We'll never know. We'll never know. I hope they remake Freddy Got Fingered. I will personally fund that if you can get Tom Green involved. I didn't say how much I'd fund it, but I'll put in some money for a Freddy Got Fingered 2 or a remake. Let's see. Since Dion recommended Get Out, why would you be so hesitant in watching it? Dion didn't recommend Get Out. He's never watched it. Freddy Got Fingered isn't capable of a remake. It's already perfect. Yes, it is. Does Batman have prep time? Of course, Batman has prep time. I think the third turd says, I think so. Justice League is pretty stacked with OP characters. Yeah, maybe the case. Maybe the case. I feel like the Flash is the odd man out. Because, yeah, he's the fastest. Well, maybe, but kind of sucks too. Well, Ezra Miller's Flash just didn't do it for me. Wow, okay. Thank you very much, Acid Blade 21. Hey, Jeff, last month I went to Pop Culture Museum in Seattle where they had an exhibit showcasing the last 80 years of Marvel comics and movies. They also had a horror sci-fi section. I'll post pics sometime. Well, first off, Acid Blade, thank you very much. Secondly, that sounds like a place I want to go. Whenever I got out of town for WrestleMania, I always try to visit someplace. One year I visited a museum of comic book art. Eric Larson had a bunch of his Savage Dragon stuff there. They had Batman the Animated Series, hand-painted cells. But this pop culture museum sounds pretty damn cool. Now, I'd love to go for some of the old Marvel stuff. If they had original art, I probably would have been like, oh my God, look at John Romita drew this. Because I've seen one piece of his original art and I like froze in place. It was like my favorite Spider-Man, and to get to see the original stuff is too cool for me. But I love stuff like that. I love museums, pop culture. That's another reason why we do certain things on this channel, why we fight the good fight of entertainment, because, popular culture is worth saving. If we just roll over and just don't really care about the crap they put out, they'll just put out more crap and it'll become overly congested. It'll be just like one big landfill of pop culture filth. And I, for one, yeah, you need bad stuff to realize what the good stuff is. But in the case of like a Marvel Comics, you barely get anything that's worth your time. Yeah, you got the stuff like Venom, the comics elite guys swear by the Donny Cates Venom. And I told you guys this before I went away on the channel for the Christmas break. The newest issue of Spider-Man that I read with J. Jonah Jameson was actually good. I read the whole thing and I went, oh my God, I like this book. And I was a little bothered by that. But then you try to read other stuff and it's just, it's kind of heartbreaking. But I do see a shift coming. And, the fans will eventually get some new quality stuff. I'll tell you this too. You want to know a secret? How you can tell when a company's hurting for money and they really, really, really want to win back the listeners or the viewers or the readers. They dig out old shit that people love. So I am a child of the 90s. Yes, I was born in 1988, but I grew up in the 90s. The 90s Jim Lee X-Men holds a very special place in my heart. Just like a lot of you out there, you see that Jim Lee Cyclops or Wolverine or stuff like that, and you go, oh, God, this looks so cool. Well, Marvel's bringing it back because they gotta make some money somewhere. You can pump money into Captain Marvel and you can virtue signal all night long. But when a book like Stealing Solo outsells a Captain Marvel trade paperback, you're in some kind of trouble. And that did happen, by the way. The point I'm trying to make, though, is Marvel wants to win back readers, so they dig out shit that people love. I collect Marvel Legends figures. They put out Jim Lee X-Men era characters. I fucking buy a case. Just make sure I get Gambit and Jubilee and Weapon X and all these characters. I gotta have them. People will throw money at that shit, and that's what they're doing now with the X-Men. It won't work for me because most of the X-Men books suck. I like them when they're an allegory, not necessarily heavy-handed political garbage. But when you went to this Marvel Comics Museum, Acid Blade, I hope that they really elevated the good stuff and they didn't use it as an advertisement tool for the next wave of Captain Marvel and Spider-Man Far From Home shit. Like, it's not an advertisement. It's a museum. Indiana Jones didn't put Coca-Cola ads in museums. He put the Cross of Coronado or, he didn't take a Shankara stone. He actually is kind of unsuccessful in achieving his archaeological goals, but he always survives the fight. So I guess that's something to be achieved or something to be proud of. Let's see. Mark C says, this is the 33rd anniversary of Big Trouble in Little China, and that's good enough to cover. Dude, it could be like the 33rd and like a third anniversary of that movie. It's always I love Big Trouble in Little China. I don't know if I ever mentioned it on this channel. That's sarcasm. I love John Carpenter. So if we have some time, maybe we can do Good Morning Pop Culture, Big Trouble in Little China. That would be a lot of fun. And I got to get some people that are into that movie. Like, Nick likes it. I don't know if Kendo likes it that much. I don't think Dion likes it at all. So I'd have to get some listeners out there to back us up, like a reserve bullshitter squad. Oh, we're covering this B movie? I love it. You got something to say? You're on the team. Do you have an email you can contact me at? Yes, Random Nerd. It's worldclassbs@mail.com. Thebestmail.com. That is the best way to contact the show. The Facebook Messenger, I put on one of those automated messages, and I can't figure out how to take it off because I put that right before we went to Horror Hound, so we wouldn't get a bunch of messages. And now it's like, fuck, how do I turn it off? So I got to Google it. I apologize if you've ever sent us a Facebook message and I go, if this is an emergency, dial 911. It's like, shit, it's kind of dated. Let's see what else people are saying to me. 1988, youngling, I'm 1975. Well, it's all relative. Let's see what else. Toy Story 2. I like that movie. That could deserve a live stream. Jim Lee, Chris Claremont was the pinnacle of X-Men. Shame it didn't last long. Perth Comics, I would say that the Chris Claremont, John Byrne era would be the epitome for me, the pinnacle. Because as much as I love Jim Lee's artwork, I think his pages back then were very cluttered and don't read very well. Go back and read X-Men #1. I think it's the highest selling comic book ever. I got nothing but respect for Jim Lee and his artwork, but I just think that those pages are too much. It's hard to pick up some stuff that's going on. John Byrne stuff read better. There was a chance to breathe. Beautifully rendered. And you have Terry Austin, who's one of the best inkers. Now, is it Scott Williams? Yeah, Scott Williams, not Scott Hanna. But Scott Hanna's an inker too. Anyway, Scott Williams is a great inker as well, and I don't ever want to discredit his achievements, but I think the Terry Austin, John Byrne comic was just a lot, I don't know, that with the Claremont stuff just really works better. Let's see, The Matrix. Oh, we'll cover The Matrix. I fucking hate the second and third one, but I love the first Matrix. How about a Batman Hush movie, a detective murder mystery film? Well, Batman Hush is one of my favorite Batman stories. I got Batman Hush, black and white edition, right behind my Jay and Silent Bob Mini-Mate figure. So yeah, I love the story. Let's make it happen. But could we please get the costume to look like the comic book? The dark blue and the gray and the short ears with the cool bat tread underneath the boot. That for me is the coolest of modern Batman designs. Yes, I love the classic Neil Adams, and yes, I love the animated series, and then the Burton and the second Nolan suit and all that stuff. But man, give me the Jim Lee look on film. I think I'd cream my pants. Let's see. Wow. Okay, Acid Blade, thank you very much. The giant super chat. The museum had all of the best of Marvel from when the company started to having Stan Lee's desk on display back when he first started making comics for Marvel, to all sort of art done by Steve Ditko, to all the Marvel movie. Holy shit, I need to go to this place. Artwork done by Steve Ditko? it was rumored that Ditko used to use the old artwork on cutting boards because he was so disenfranchised with Marvel. But when he died, you find out some of the stuff was either, safe or, other people had it. Oh man, Steve Ditko art. That, for those who don't know, Steve Ditko's the guy who created the Spider-Man design. You got to say co-creator, to be fair to Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. But Ditko was all this. He created the suit and the look and all that stuff. So respect him. He passed away last year, I believe, over the summer. Didn't get as much fanfare as Stan Lee. And to be fair, come on now, they worked together. Spider-Man's the greatest creation of both of those guys. But I mean, what else is Stan Lee involved with? Steve Ditko is really just Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. Maybe you like Blue Beetle. Well, is he Blue Beetle? He was the Question. Mr. A, Hawk and Dove, other things. But come on, Fantastic Four, X-Men, all those other things are Stan Lee with Jack Kirby. I need to go to this place, Acid Blade. Seriously, the Marvel movie costumes would be cool. But I love the old school stuff, man. Like, there's a difference between going on like a comic book website and looking at the original art and seeing it in person. A lot of times there's this guy named Gil Kane. He worked on Green Lantern. He's one of the better Spider-Man artists. I'd say one of the best, actually. He drew the night Gwen Stacy died. He drew one of the best looking issues. I think it was 89, the one where Captain Stacy was about to get hit by the rubble. I think that's one of the best looking issues of the book, inked by John Romita. But he used to, in his later career, just use Sharpie markers, and it got really lazy, and like the pages would fade. So when you see him now, the ink doesn't hold up. It's really bizarre. But if you guys even just have a passing interest in comics, here's something you guys don't realize too: how big the pages used to be. We're talking like, those newspaper strips that you would read, like a Mort Walker, Beetle Bailey, excuse me. You think it's just a little strip. It's, some of these people had like a 6x12 strip that they would, just do into 3 panels and draw big things like that. So there's so much that goes into the production of these old books. Like, you look at Ethan, who does he does pencil and ink on board. Cool. And that's as close as you can get to old school. And then what they'll do is they'll scan it in, they'll digitally color it, they'll put letters and effects and all that stuff. Now I just do straight on my Wacom tablet, and then somebody else digitally does all the other shit. But back in the day, you used to have to sit and take letters and write them out and cut them out and put them over the people and do this and do that. And it was such an in-depth process. And I'm sure that museum had tons and tons of stuff like that. Other guys, if you ever get a chance, just go respect the old ways and be thankful for, if you create it like I do, how great it is nowadays. And it's fun shit too. To go read an old Spider-Man comic is not a chore. It's just fun. I don't know what else to say about that, but I need Acid Blade. I'm really kind of jealous. I really, really, really want to go to this museum. Bullshitters, maybe we should go. Kendo. But again, thank you very, very much, Acid Blade. Thank you. Thunder Robots, welcome back, man. Batwoman is going full SJW. I sent you a link to the Hollywood Reporter article on the WCBS Facebook page. All right, Thunder Robots, I will check that out after this live stream. It may... I figured it would. The whole Cassandra Cain Batgirl or Batwoman thing. It's like TV is definitely the stomping ground for those pieces of entertainment because of the cheap, aka free entry barrier price, nothing. It's the high end shit that you wouldn't expect to see it in. Because let's be honest, if you're a Star Wars fan, like, Star Wars shit's not cheap. A little crappy figure's $9, which, that's really not that much money when you break it down. But, high-end stuff, you can get Star Wars merchandise for $10,000 officially licensed. It runs the gamut. But the people that they cater to, that SJW market, in quotation marks, doesn't exist. So from a business standpoint, it's hot shit. But Batwoman doing it on TV doesn't surprise me. There's a certain demographic. There's a certain type of person or group of people that would watch that show that maybe that caters to. So maybe it's a business decision, but I don't really get into it, if you know what I mean. No, I did not watch Smallville. Mutala, I did not. Any news when they're going to show the trailer for episode 9? Well, if I had insider information, I would always share it with you guys, but I don't. Probably the Super Bowl, if not Star Wars Celebration. Let's see. Jeff, what do you think of Jar Jar Abrams confirming that Luke Skywalker has been pansexual during these new Disney movies? Is that real? Because that sounds retarded. That just sounds so dumb. Oh, Luke's pansexual. Is he, though? I like to think that Luke Skywalker, Mara Jade got married, and they had, was it Ben Skywalker or whatever, and grew up to be whatever. These people, man, they just don't get the characters. And I think they just get off on fucking with them because they think they're going to make money, but then they lose jobs. And it's like, well, why isn't anybody buying our books? Because they fucking suck. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. People are going nuts about the museum. Yeah, I want to see it. I want to go. Update on Ryan the Boatmaker. I haven't heard anything. Since you've heard me last on Good Morning Pop Culture, I've contacted a couple of our YouTube friends just to say, hey, thanks for everything. And that was really about it. So I haven't heard anything back from Ryan the Boatmaker, but he was one of the people I did contact. So hopefully I'd like to hear back from him because I have a really great idea for Ryan the Boatmaker. Let's see. Where else are we at? Mareth Dealine, thank you very much. Was browsing iFunny for my laugh of the day when I saw the Cartoon Network show Amazing World of Gumball made a segment parodying the current Star Wars situation, exaggerating here and there. Could you send me that link? Because I would love to read that. Gumball is the purple cat, right? I don't have kids to watch Cartoon Network. The only time I'll ever see Cartoon Network is if I'm out at, like, I don't know, if I'm desperate for CC's Pizza, they'll have it on there, but that's about it. And that's been years since I've really gone in. Guilty pleasure of mine was that stupid show, Flapjack. I used to watch that in college. I thought it was funny. But I'd like to read that, Mareth Dealine, because I always like a good parody of the Star Wars situation. The next video covers that. Like, there's some analytics, some facts, some figures, some graphs and charts, and some Scott Mendelson bullshit. It's a classic world-class bullshitters video. It's definitely destined for another 1 million views. So you guys can help make that happen. We'll make it happen together. I do want to get the other Kathleen Kennedy video to another 1 million views. It's already at like 937. So we're really close. So if you guys, give it a thumbs up and share it, maybe we can get it going viral or some shit like that. I think I am the only member of the Fandom Menace with videos viewed over 1 million times, and a lot of my videos in the 6 figures. So that's what I want to do this year. I want to get all my videos up high. Yeah, Kendo, CC's Pizza is not that great. Not acting like it is, but there are times when I'm just like, it's cheap and I want pizza. Let's see. The new Samurai Jack is worth watching. I didn't even know there was a new Samurai Jack, to be honest. I don't really like the new art style of a lot of shows. That Thundercats reboot looks dumb. I'm never going to watch She-Ra, Princess of Power. I wouldn't watch He-Man or any of those shows. Inspector Gadget, my favorite cartoon character. I didn't like the look of that either when they made it CGI on Netflix and the theme song sucked. So I stopped watching it. I didn't think it was worth a YouTube video, but I wasn't into it. Sire J Longstroke says, boobs. You mean party boob? Party boob is where it's at. One final thing before I close this out for the evening, because I got to tell you guys, it's been a lot of fun. Like, seriously, I love doing these. It's nice and relaxing. It's cathartic. We get to talk about entertainment. We get to jog my memory for some classic shit that I love. And, we get to laugh and have some fun. But let me answer this question first from our friend Genesis Anime. Sorry, Shihonen Anime. Would Star Wars have been better off if it went to WB or Universal? Yeah, I think it would have been, because I just keep using this analogy. When you are not the A+ player, you're not the top of the game. Yeah, you don't have the same bargaining, but you have to work extra hard to get to the top. And when companies work extra hard, when there's competition, we, the viewer, always win. Like I said, DC, they took their lumps with the Snyder stuff. We get the first non-Snyder film. Look where we are. So that's where I think we'd be with Star Wars, because Disney had all these grand plans about, oh, we're going to have a theme park and this and that and all this other shit. And they just really took it easy on the filmmaking side. And that really hurt them, and it hurt their brand. They don't think of that. They think, oh, only a small vocal minority don't like this movie. It were the people that didn't buy your shit. If people bought your shit, it would be, going like crazy. Star Wars was the only thing full after Christmas. Come on now. And my friend sent me a couple pictures. She went out Christmas shopping, like, the clearance stuff. Everything was picked over except Star Wars ornaments and Solo: A Star Wars Story Christmas stockings. I guess because nobody wants Alden Ehrenreich's face hanging from their house. Let's see. Mark C., thank you very much. John Byrne has recently done new pages for a potential X-Men Elsewhen comic book series that makes it produce this summer. Or they may make it produce it this summer. I would buy that in a heartbeat. I want to read more John Byrne. Now, I hope it's good John Byrne, because a lot of artists, they get older. I don't say they lose their touch, but some of them just get older and they want to just get on with it and get paid and do their thing. If John Byrne gets the right inker on top of him, I'm there. I hate to admit I'm going to be there no matter what, if it looks compelling. A couple of years ago, George Perez and Marv Wolfman did the Judas contract from Teen Titans, and my buddy Joel bought it, and Joel's a huge Teen Titans fan, loves George Perez. We went out of our way to meet George Perez at the Cincinnati Comic Expo 2012. Fantastic guy. One of the nicest people you'll ever meet. He'll shake your hand, talk to you all day. Even while he's drawing, he's got to get, you got to stop him because there are other people in the line. He's that kind of guy. But even Joel, who's a huge fan, was kind of like, it doesn't have the same touch. The artwork's a little different, this, that, and the other. I hope we don't have that same problem with X-Men. I just want, I don't consider myself the biggest X-Men fan in the world, but I do like that Claremont Byrne era stuff, and I like the designs of the Jim Lee stuff. Indie Defense, thank you for that endorsement for the presidency. Let's see. Grand Inquisitor said, did somebody say party boob? Woo! Party boob! Let's see. Oh, we'll talk about party boob in a minute, Grand Inquisitor. TLJ Screwjob says, ironic. Jeremy and EVS have more subscribers but less viewed videos in terms of 1 million views. And I think Jeremy said he would catch up. Guess not. I have my own secrets to how I can get all the video views that I do. It's sometimes producing less is more. And that really is the case when it comes to videos. Yes, they have more subscribers, but the nicest part, too, is we're all tied together. When one grows, we all grow in the same direction. I always am happy when they grow. High Council's great. All these things are great. I wish them nothing but the best. But I definitely see my numbers still rising. And the old videos constantly get viewed. I just think you guys got to produce, topical stuff is awesome, but sometimes you got to talk about stuff that is topical to something that will always be relevant, and, you just got to hit it right. And I think that is the trick, TLJ Screwjob. I think that's the trick to a lot of that. And believe me, I have a goal to pass them this year. I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to work doubly hard. They talk about doubling their efforts when the Emperor is coming to the second Death Star. Well, this is the second Death Star. The Emperor is coming, and there's no Rebel Alliance to blow this shit up. We're just going to rule the galaxy. That's how we're going to take it down. Let's see. The Breadman 904 bought myself the room for Christmas. You're my favorite customer. I love that movie, and I don't care if people hate it. I find it to be incredibly entertaining. Mild Peril says, Nerdrotic channel as a guest for the High Council. Huh. We could, we'll talk to him. We'll see what's going on. Got to see exactly how our schedule is going. Let's see. If Lucasfilm had sense, Jeff should become the new president of Lucasfilm. I wouldn't want to work there unless I couldn't get fired, because I'd say some shit that would rub people the wrong way. I'm like, this is crap. Get it out of my face. That would be my first order of business. But this sucks. Why are we doing this? I think we would take a small business approach. Fans first. What can we do to ingratiate ourselves with the fans? Less corporate bullshit. good classic stories that resonate well. High action, high adventure, not worried about identity politics. You can sell me some social media garbage for a hot minute during the 24-hour news cycle, but then it comes and dies. I like like we were talking about my videos a minute ago, how I can get all the views and how they keep staying relevant. It's like old Star Wars to new Star Wars. You got to have heart in it. You got to have a good story to tell, and you got to find a way to keep people captivated. So let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. John Talks. I'm a subscriber to his channel. Thank you for all the compliments. How do you think Walt Disney himself would react to KK's direction with Star Wars? I don't really know too much about Walt Disney's philosophy. As a kid, I liked Disney, but I didn't really love Disney. We had the movies, that was it. But I was a Power Ranger kid, a Batman kid. I liked Warner Brothers cartoons, if you want to talk about that kind of animation. I didn't always I loved Nicktoons and stuff like that. It's really weird for me to talk to a bunch of people my age and go, oh, we love Disney, this, that, and Disney. I'm like, Disney wasn't really the main event in town. You had the big movies that came out, but once they hit like Hunchback of Notre Dame, there was that weird lull. Yeah, you had Toy Story 1 and 2, but like Hunchback, you had Treasure Planet, Emperor's New Groove, all these kind of things came out and didn't really hit. So they killed the traditional animation. So I don't say it to be funny, but I just do question people. It's like, how are you that big of a Disney fan? Yeah, you had your 101 Dalmatians show and stuff like that, but so many other things took the place of Disney in the 90s. It was, whatever. That's neither here nor there. Tim Briggs, thank you very much. Nerdrotic is absolutely killing it on the Doctor Who, Orville, Star Trek, Discovery coverage. He pulled in like 6K subs this week. Damn, good for him. That's awesome. That is awesome. Good for him. I wish everybody the best of luck who's on here on YouTube. There's a big upswing in YouTube, so it's yeah, man. Whew. Good for him. 25,000 subscribers. Awesome. Like I said, we'll have him on. Old guy, get him on to talk about some Doctor Who stuff with me. I've been working on something Doctor Who related. Maybe he can check out the video and tell me what he thinks. Let's see. Disney died the day Walt did. That's away. Nerd Rock Channel's in the chat. What's up, dude? Congratulations. Let's see. What are you talking about? Gargoyles was awesome. Gargoyles was awesome, but Gargoyles was canceled relatively quickly too, wasn't it? Didn't it last, 2-3 seasons? All those Greg Weisman shows are excellent, but they don't have the long lifespan I think they deserve. And yeah, the Disney cartoons were cool, but it wasn't like it is now. You had so many other things. It's like the other things have moved away. Cartoon Network isn't the juggernaut. Nickelodeon isn't the juggernaut it once was. The first network for kids and all this shit. Nickelodeon had something for everybody. And I just don't remember tons and tons of kids going on about Disney. You had the girls that were into their shit, then the guys were into their stuff, and we just weren't really Disney people. Like I said before, Mahler on the High Council is a hard sell due to the time. He's in the UK. It would be 2 a.m. for him. So that's kind of a scenario where he'd have to be off the next day, and it would require a lot of work. But hey, Mahler's a cool dude. Maybe we can make something happen. So let me tell you one more thing before we go away for the night. And like I said, this stream will stay up for a little bit, and then it's going to go get delisted. So if you're listening to that, I'm going to take a tip from Jeremy. I'm going to do it that way so it doesn't hurt our channel growth, because it's been, like I said, it's been a pretty damn awesome week. So in the meantime, while we'll be taking a break from Good Morning Pop Culture, I'm going to do my best to finally get our t-shirts up and running. I know people have been wanting them. They've been wanting the mugs, working and lurking and all that stuff. Believe me, I want to make them for you guys too. But it's going to take a minute to get those up and running. So hopefully in the time period between the comic book and this and that, we can make that happen and give you guys some things to look forward to. And yes, Party Boob is going to be a t-shirt. So if you want to wear a shirt that says Party Boob on it, what the hell? We'll give you guys what you want. Let's see. What do I hate the most? Rose Tico, Admiral Gender Studies, Kathleen Kennedy, or Brie Larson? Well, I don't hate Kathleen Kennedy or Brie Larson like on a personal level. Rose Tico is not a good character. She's a very bad character. Admiral Gender Studies is an offensively bad character. Kathleen Kennedy wasn't good at her job. And Brie Larson's just unlikable and kind of douchey. So I don't hate any of them. I just don't like any of them either, if that makes sense. Man, Nerdrotic Channel's been around since we were at 4K. Damn. So thank you very much, Nerdrotic Channel, for backing us since essentially the beginning. We were at like 1,600 for the longest time, and then we finally moved up. So, you were talking about Mike Zero. Who would you put on the Mount Rushmore of Mary Sue as well? Rey from Star Wars. Ebony, Dementia, Darkness, Raven Away from My Immortal, the Harry Potter fanfic. And 2 more to be determined characters. I don't want to leave the dudes out, out of respect for the bros. But let's see. Am I going to see Into the Spider-Verse? No, I am not. I am not going to go see Into the Spider-Verse. No interest in that at all. Let's see. We were at 75K for months. Yeah, that was all the Good Morning Pop Culture glut. So we have that to thank. The chick from Mad Max. Oh, Furiosa? Well, she lost her arm at one point, so I guess she's not that perfect. But we'll see. We'll see. Is Batman and Mary Sue? I don't know. Batman loses, though. That's the thing. Bane beat him. He broke his back. But I broke her. Sire J. Longstroke says, Holdo is the only Star Wars character that makes me angry. Me too. Rose Tico's just like laughably bad and Rey is annoying, but like Holdo is just, and then she gets to go out a hero. Oh my god. Folks, 2019 was going to be an awesome year, but now I realize we live in a year where Vice Admiral Holdo is getting her own action figure, and we're going to be talking about this chick for like 5 more minutes. I'm just joking. I can't stand her. So, guys, this has been your Zero approves of your t-shirt idea, Jeff. Mike Zero approves? All right. He gets his future Star Wars content. I wouldn't call Finn a Mary Sue, though. He's annoying, and he's not that great of a character, but he's not a Mary Sue. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us for our State of the Channel Address Live. One final time, the channel's not going away. Nothing bad's going to happen. The only thing changing is Good Morning Pop Culture is going to have to be put on the back burner until I get this comic book done. So expect it to be live right around Star Wars Celebration, to when I can give you guys a live show with me and all the people that join us from the Fandom Menace in Chicago. I have a video I'm going to be pumping out for tomorrow, so expect that. It's going to be another World Class Bullshitters classic, and we're going back to 3 videos a week type of thing, maybe more if I'm feeling inspired or if there's really important topics to cover. Believe me, I'm not going to just make videos that aren't topical. I'm going to talk about things that I need to talk about, as well as the topical hot button issues. We'll get them all out here on the channel, so don't worry. It's going to be a lot of fun. But the live stuff's going to go and be archived. So if you want to catch us live, you got to catch us live. There won't be chances for replays and that stuff, because Jeremy is right about the YouTube algorithm. So we want to stay on the right side of things, because, spinning your wheels isn't that fun. But at the same time, I do have to say, you guys make every morning awesome with Good Morning Pop Culture. It's a lot of fun. This is a great community. And like I said, I'm the luckiest dude. I get to do this all the time, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. So, guys, have a good new year. You'll be hearing back from me on Tuesday on EVS's channel for the High Council. I don't know what we have planned yet, but we'll have a lot. And next week, I believe I'm having it. And Nerdrotic channel, you know how to contact me, worldclassbs@mail.com. And let's talk. Let's make something happen, dude. So, guys, until next time, as always, be excellent to each other.